I'm gonna show you how quick and easy it is to install these mirrors. So that's what we're gonna do today. I got the driver's side all done, and I figure I can talk through this side a little better. So if you have already purchased these mirrors, you know that they come with just 3 colored wires: your white, your blue, and your red. Well, they come with just lead wires, so you'll probably have to just buy some of these pins right here and just pin them on. So if you've already installed the mirrors, you know how to take the door panel apart and take the body harness off of the car and then feed it through the inside. Now once you get here, you want to go, this is where you're gonna want to start wiring, feeding the pins through. But first things first, you see this little white tab right here, just pry that open, and then that'll be able to unlock it so you can put the pins in. Let me find a place for this camera. All right, hopefully you guys can see this, but this is that little locking I was telling you about. Take a flathead, open it up. Now you're good to start feeding the wires through. Once you pin your wires with the pins facing down and the harness like so, you're gonna want to feed them in. So this first wire will go in the second slot on the top, far top right corner, second slot. Now I like to just take a pick, kind of poke it down just a little bit. Make sure it seats all the way. This is probably just a better view. I'm using the schematic from Boost Auto Parts. Basically those mirrors are probably more expensive, but these are the same thing and basically the same wire harness. So that white one, put in the top second row, or the top row, second from the right, and then the red wire will be pin 22, which is in that middle section right here, second one, top row. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Same thing as before. Just gonna take a little pick, make sure it's seated all the way. Okay, so the driver's side and the passenger side is same for the white and red, but for the blue, however, it's going to be different. So pin number 39 is where this is going, which is the far left section. Here, I'll show you guys on here. The far bottom row, far left section, first one in the section. Okay, so I got it in. I just had to push it in with the pick pretty hard, and then after that just push in that lock. Now we probably should have done this first, but the other end of the wires, what you want to do is tape them up so we can feed it through the loom and then feed it up through the door. So what I like to do is just protect the pins, cover them up, right? Maybe do another one, just holding the wires together down here. Now we just have to feed it through this loom. Coat hanger probably works best, but since I'm right here, I'm just taking my extension, taping wires to that, and let's see if that works. Alright, got it all taped up. Just feed my extension through here. Kind of keep the loom as straight as possible. Push it through. Boom, I got the extension on the other side. Just keep pulling it. That's how you get your wires through. So from here, pull out all the slack. Gonna go back and tidy up some of these wires here at the bottom, kind of tape it all together. But with the slack, what we want to do now is feed it up through the door, up to this mirror harness, up top. Got it. Alright, so this part gets a little tricky. What you want to do is cut back some of this tape right here off of the existing mirror harness. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see okay. Got a razor blade. We're just gonna cut this wire back a little bit, or cut this tape back a little bit so I can expose these wires. Alright, so what you want to do here, this can get a little confusing, but the blue wire that's on the harness, go ahead and snip that so you have a lead. Save that because we'll be using that in a second. And this blue wire on this side, far bottom left, you're gonna want to snip that. And we're gonna strip both sides, put a butt connector on each one, and I'll show you guys what to do next. Okay. The existing blue wire on the body harness right here. Go ahead and strip that. Twist those wires. Same blue harness, or same blue wire to the connector on this side. Go ahead and strip that back so we can put a butt connector on it. There we go. We'll go ahead and do this one first. Feed that through, and then that lead wire that you guys had that I didn't strip yet. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do this one first. That's on the mirror harness. Get your butt connector, feed that through. And then that's going to go to the blue harness that's already in the connector. That's good to go, ready to be crimped. Let me grab my other ones. Nice and secure. Now, the existing blue harness, the existing blue wire from the factory harness, we'll need a butt connector, and that lead wire that you cut off from the mirror harness will go to this. So the existing wire here. Go ahead and crimp that first, hold it in place. And now that lead wire that I cut off earlier with the existing pin will go on the other side. Go ahead and crimp that connection, make sure it's tight. Okay, so now that we got all the wires cut and butt connectors on, I'm gonna go back and melt this heat shrink together. But what I show you guys is this little lock right here. Basically, get a small flat head and then just pry the lock open. That way you're able to pin the new wires. This goes back like that. And then one on this side as well. So you wanna do it on both sides. Okay, now that we're here, this blue wire that we just spent that time reconnecting. We'll go on the top row on the right side in the middle, all the way in. Grab my pin so I can push it in. Okay. The white wire will go on the right side, bottom left. Pin number 16. Right side, bottom left. Remember, these pins face downward. Okay. Then the last wire we have is this red one, and it's gonna go right in the center on the left side, pin number 8. When I say center, I mean second row, right in the center. Feed that wire through. Alright, so I got the wire harness all cleaned up, taped up, plugged in. Got the chassis harness back in the door. Close that up. I didn't put the door panel back on because I just wanted to test it to see if it works. And it sure does. So 3 wires will get your turn signals to work on the newer mirrors. I'll take another video tonight to show how bright they are. But there's one last thing we got to do to get the cargo lamps to work properly. So let me put this door panel back on, and then we'll get to the next part. Okay, so the very last part, which should solve the whole cargo light issue. So if you go on the bottom at your body control harness, this gray one is going to be on the far right, and then the black one. So remove those. On the black one, looking at it with the red lock on the bottom, on the far left, third from the top, or on the far left, third from the bottom, there will be this white and purple wire. Put the tap on there. On the gray one, looking at it with the red lock on the bottom, it's going to be the gray wire with the blue tracer. Far left, second from the top. Now that we have these 2 taps, we can go ahead and take our spade connectors, plug them in, and then jump the harnesses.